Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Gurave Namah. Hare Krishna. All religions, no, they speak about purity of consciousness. And they say that everyone, and it is easier to die when we have a clean consciousness. Very important. If we want to die easily, then consciousness should be clean. That means it is a documented fact. A person with clean consciousness is easier to part with his world. I want to separate from this world. So there are techniques and methods, specific things that help us to clean our mind and then become happy. So all religions, they say actually that we should keep our consciousness clean. So that we were discussing in the previous classes also, that this is very important. From subtle comes gross. So based on the impurity of our consciousness, we get a body. If I am getting a dog body, that means my consciousness is like a dog. If I am getting a demigod body, my consciousness is like a demigod, like that. So it is a state of consciousness that is deciding the body, right? Yam yam vapi sparam bhavam. Now, even the diseases, we discuss how this is the very, very fundamental mistake which scientists they do. They feel that things come from gross to subtle. But we say no, it is subtle to gross. We discuss the example of a computer. Computer can make a washing machine or a grinder or a car, but a car cannot make a computer, right? That means what? That means computer is more subtler, like that. So subtle is always more mobile. Therefore, the main postulate of Vedic culture it is actually the secret. And that the basis of everything is consciousness. The most important thing is our consciousness, not the body. Even our body will be uh, prosperous only when our consciousness is safe. Because in yoga, they say all the diseases come from mind only. So all the diseases on the rough plane, they arise from a fluctuation or some kind of excitement that finally arises in our mind. Try to understand. That means there should be some disturbance in mind, some fluctuations or excitement that is actually making our that is damaging the mind, and that is coming to the body. Psychosomatic disease, they say. So if a person is completely calm, that this is actually what yoga is doing. And only through the mind, through the fact that I bring my mind to fully perfect health. Even cancer also, a person can even get rid of cancer if he puts his mind in order. Because cancer is nothing but it is not more than a physical or a gross a manifestation of a tumor in the mind. So in the beginning, all illness has arisen in the mind, and this is very a subtle thing. Now, Vedic culture is telling, okay, purify your consciousness. Now, we have to agree that conscious, subtle, gross comes from subtle. So once you are clear, then we very seriously work on our subtle things. Because we damage our consciousness, body is damaged. Say, for example, very often people, they say that they don't accept one thing. Purity of consciousness begins with purity of food. This is the first elementary step that a person must understand, that food that I eat is having certain information. Ahara shuddho. Here, yukta ahara. Ahara means not just with the tongue, mouth also, but that is the most of the thing. With the eyes, ears, nose also, but most important in the food. This information can be either clean or dirty. So I am sitting in front of TV. I am taking ahara only. My mobile is also giving ahara through eyes and through ears. And I'm so when we leave this polluted in a polluted information space, and at least in order to maintain some kind of inner purity, that is very important. How we are contacting this material world and what I am consuming. If I take something from the world, that means it has certain information which is going to my mind. And if my food is clean, and Prabhupada quotes this, Ahara Shuddho Sattva Shuddhi, Sattva Shuddho Dhruvasmati, Smritid Lamdva Sarva Grandhi Vipramokshada. Very important one. Try to understand. It's very nice. It will help you. It begins with food. It says if food is clean, and they say if you want to be happy, make your food clean. So very, very important sequence. This sequence is nice. It says that uh, then if food is clean, then the Sattva Shuddhi, which means that your existence, like, uh, and then the next thing is important. It says you will get a strong memory, Dhruva Smriti. So in memory becomes strong. Some people say that I don't believe in reincarnation. I don't believe in that I lived. Well, we do not believe that we all once lived for a very simple reason. Why do we think we forget? Why do we forget? Why does a man forget in life? When we live a sinful life. Because what do you want to do with our sinful life? We want to forget it. Because even in this life also, the more dirty life we have, the more sinful life, the more temptation or desire to consciously forget. So for the simple reason, we don't want to remember anything about past life because it is all sinful only. That is the reason we don't remember past lives because we consciously forget it. Even this life also, we have some bad experiences. No, 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 I don't want to remember it. So it goes back, back, back. That is the reason because consciousness is polluted, memory is polluted. That's what Krishna is telling. The shloka says, Ahara Shuddha, Sattva Shuddhi. Sattva is the chitta, consciousness. Sattva Shuddha, Dhruva Smriti. Then only we have good memory. Otherwise, not possible. And good memory we don't want because it is such a painful thing that I remember what all mistakes I did. So, strong memory means strong mind. Dhruva Smriti. And uh, this is a strong memory means that a person becomes clean and beautiful, clean and strong mind. And what kind of strong mind benefits a man? So this is actually what this is from the you want to know the purport Prabhupada, I think third chapter 11th shloka, I think purport Prabhupada written. Then the knots, Sarva Granthi Vipramokshada. Granthi Vipramokshada means the knots in the heart are removed. The strong bonds to this material world. This is all it starts. A simple thing with food only. And people, they actually, it is people quote also some statements from New Testament that no, it is not important what goes inside, it is important uh, what comes out. It does not, it is not that it defiles you that comes in, but it defiles you that goes out. But it is not talking about food. Here it is talking about that if somebody speaks something wrong to you or insulted you, still you have to deal with them nicely. So that is the meaning of it. But people say, okay, I can eat anything, but we should be clean. Anyway, so here we see Narada Muni is trying to do the same thing. So what Dhruva Maharaj is taking inside, they're all helping him to clean consciousness. Because you want to access something very high, then the consciousness should be of that quality. Otherwise, you cannot get access for the absolute truth. Nigama kalpataror galitam phalam sukhamukad amrita davya samatam pibata bhagavatam rasamalaya muhuraho rasika. Rasika bhuvi bhavika. How should they be? They should be rasikas. That means they should be in rasa, that highest rasa. Then only you can understand. And first shloka says that no, satyam param dhimahi. Dhimahi is you should meditate. That means it should have such a nice mind to meditate. Mind should not get distracted. That means you should be a Brahmana. A Brahmana in the sense this Gayatri mantra is given, right? So the Brahmana is what he is able to meditate, sit, no distraction for him. Chitta Shuddhi. Then second shloka Bhagavatam says that dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsarana. Not just a Brahmana, you should be Vaishnava also. Vaishnava means non-envious. And then you should be Rasika Bhuvi Bhavika. Third shloka Bhagavatam says you should be a Rasika also. So the point what I want to tell is that to actually access something higher, the consciousness should be like that. It is not just some, okay, I will do whatever I want and then I sit for meditation. You cannot sit. I'll eat whatever I want and I'll sit for morning chanting and I'll focus on the holy name. How is it possible? What did you eat whole day? What did you hear? What did you speak? What did you talk? How did you deal with people? Are you envious? Am I meditating on the Supreme Lord, or I am having some, all these things counts when we are setting for chanting. It's not possible only. See here how much Suniti and Narada Muni are trying to work with Dhruva Maharaj to make him correctly understand. So one who meditates in this way, concentrates its mind upon the all auspicious form Lord, is very soon free from all material contamination and is not come down from meditation upon the Lord. This is, he described the form of Lord, then he's telling this. And he says that now I shall speak upon you mantra, which is to be chanted with this process of meditation. So why mantra? That is to help focus on the Lord. That is how it is. One who carefully chants this mantra for 7 nights, that's all. He can see perfected human beings flying the sky. That means he has raised his consciousness. Of course, that time it is Satyuga. To concentrate is easier mind. Now it is not possible. The whole ether is contaminated. Even if you go Himalayas also, we are discussing, right? There will, you can put a dish, this dish antenna, and you can have your TV, and you'll get all the channels, whatever is happening in the world, you can know it. There is no place where you will not get the signals from the satellites. That means you have, now we have various technologies where you can have your satellite everywhere. That means the ether is full contaminated. And we contaminate, then they will take revenge also, right? And now he gives the mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Mantre Nanena Devasya Kuryad Dravyamayam Buddha Saparyam Vividhair Dhavyair Deshakala Vibhagavat. He says Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. This is the 12 syllable mantra for worshipping Lord Krishna. One should install the physical form of the Lord, and with the chanting of the mantra, one should offer flowers and fruits and other varieties of foodstuffs exactly according to the rules and regulations prescribed by authorities. But this should be done in consideration of place, time, and attendant conveniences and inconveniences. Now he's telling, actually mantras they have certain rules and regulations. You cannot just chant anywhere and everywhere. Proper direction, proper place, proper position, proper time, proper bodily whatever cleanliness, and everything is counted. And now, but here Narada Muni is not just giving some yoga process. So this is very important. He's telling you should install the physical form of the Lord. That means deity should be made. And with the chanting of mantra, one should offer flowers, fruits, and varieties of foodstuffs exactly according to the rules and regulations. So he is telling him to meditate and then do some Ashtanga yoga practices so that his mind is calm. So when your mind is calm, what should I do with that calm mind? You meditate on this form of Lord. So do some deity worship. So completely focus. That's why we do Bhuta Shuddhi before before deity worship. Why they do Bhuta Shuddhi? That means they are trying to bring their consciousness in a proper state of mind. Suddenly we start doing, we are stuck with our own material things, and to come and focus on the Lord takes time. And it happens every day with me, the first round of chanting. So first round to focus, to bring the mind to focus, it takes time. And in the end of first round, then you are cool, then you are bringing mind calm. And then from second round onwards, you are able to at least little bit try to meditate. But first round was quite difficult because suddenly mind is already with so much distraction here there, and to bring it to calm state takes, even after waking up also from the sleep, immediately for the first round, for me that is a problem. So normally also it is takes time. So here the Bhuta Shuddhi is to help us to concentrate. And even the Ashtanga Yoga, so Dhruva is not doing Ashtanga Yoga, he is doing Bhakti Yoga. Of course, he is doing Ashtanga Yoga to help his mind come, but ultimately he is doing Bhakti Yoga. And that's what Narada Muni is very clearly giving instructions. You chant the name of the Lord Krishna, and then you do that form of the Lord, the deity worship. This is how. And but this should be done in consideration of place and time. So, and Prabhupada writes a very huge purport. We will take some important points from it because Prabhupada wanted to share certain things. Prabhupada also very subtle knowledge he is trying to explain in a very simplified way so that we can relate. And for us also to understand the depth of what Prabhupada is giving, it takes time. But still we'll try to understand. Prabhupada says Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is known as Dvadashakshara mantra. This mantra is chanted by Vaishnava devotees and it begins with pranava or omkara. We also do in front of when we start Bhagavatam. There is an injunction that those who are not Brahmanas cannot pronounce the pranava mantra, that is Om. But Dhruva Maharaj was born a Kshatriya. He at once admitted before Narada that as a Kshatriya, he was unable to accept Narada's instructions of renunciation and mental equilibrium, which is the concern of a Brahmana. Still, although not a Brahmana but a Kshatriya, Dhruva was offered uh, on the authority of Narada to pronounce the Pranav Omkara. This is very significant, especially in India. The caste Brahmanas object greatly when persons from other caste who are not born in Brahmana family recites this Pranav mantra, but there is a tactic proof that if a person accepts the Vaishnava mantra or Vaishnava way of worship the deity, he is allowed to chant the Pranava mantra. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord personally accept that anyone, even on the low species, can be elevated to the highest position and go back home, back to Godhead. So there are Bija mantras, Srim, Him, Klim, Aim, Om. All these things are called Bija mantras. So they can be chanted only by when we hear from a guru, and then only you can chant. And further, you need to be qualified to a Brahmana because Brahmanas they are only given these mantras. Now, why? Because it has certain vibrations and the guru should be qualified, he should have perfection in the chanting. And when he gives this mantra to the disciple, they will also attain the same perfection because they are able to concentrate. Otherwise, there is a risk that they will misuse the mantra because it is very, very powerful. You can create only. If you can pronounce the Bija mantras, we can make some changes in the creation. And that's what actually we see Karda Muni, he created aerial mansion. How did he create? Because he can chant the Bija mantras. He can chant the mantras. They are the original, what do you call, the primordial mantras from which the whole creation came. Krishnaya, Govindaya, Gopi Jana Vallabhaya. This is actually the mantra which Brahma started, and because of that chanting of that mantra, creation came. So now these mantras have that potency, and people have a tendency to misuse. That's the reason they're like we hear this story of Rama killing the Shudra who was chanting the Vedas. Why did he not even consider to keep it on trial? He said, just kill him. Because that is going to damage the society more dangerous. That's actually what is happening now. All the Vedas are converted into English and people are trying to understand them. What they will understand? Arey, first you should perfect the chanting of Gayatri Mantra. Then only we can understand Vedas. Otherwise, just by reading them, you will get, array, what is this information? It does not make any sense. I know. Like now we are reading, okay, Dhruva is telling about the Lord. Before that, Narada told about the Lord. Before that, Suniti. Array, just a 2 minute story and you are elongating. You just read Dhruva story, you can just tell in 5 minutes. And you have chapter after chapter of chapters. And most interestingly, the prayers of Lord, every canto have so many prayers glorifying the Lord. It's the same thing why you are telling again and again and again and again. No, it is not the same thing. That is the problem. It is not telling the same thing because everybody is telling their realization of the absolute truth. And by hearing from them their realization, we are going to get ourselves realized. Say now the same thing, Balram Shakti Pro is speaking, I am speaking, you will hear the same thing from somebody else and somebody. Same chapter. Everybody is telling the same chapter, but everybody tells something else only. That is their understanding of it, their realization of it. So that actually is very important to understand why so many prayers. Now, after Dhruva says, again he'll offer prayers, and after that, again, everybody is offering. And sometimes it looks the same point. The Lord is having, he is carrying Shankar Chakra, is very compassionate, he is beyond the three modes, and he is the controller of all control, is the cause of all causes, and he knows past, present, and future. We can, give some standard things. These are the things that will definitely come in the prayer. Apart from that, they'll have some addition. Why? It is realization. And when we hear that, that will touch us. So now when Guru is giving mantra, that is his realization is giving. It's not just chanting the mantra in right ear. It's not just some he's making some sound. No, he's giving his realization. So when I chant the mantra, the from hearing from him, and if I able to chant with the same vibration with he chanted, I can get the same realization what he has got. Can you imagine? If I can chant with the same vibration which Guru chanted the mantra, I can get the same realization what he also achieved. That's why he is trying to give. And we have to perfect the chanting because we heard from right here, the vibration remains. This is interesting. The vibration remains. So, anyway, the point here, Prabhupada is telling they are not given to everybody because they will misuse it. They cannot understand it. It's only harmful to them and society. That's a different topic. I don't want to go it, but because Prabhupada made it, that's why I'm trying to add to some things. So, oh, what is Bhuta Shuddhi? Bhuta Shuddhi means we before deity worship, na, we just try to do purify our consciousness. Bhuta is subtle body and gross body. We try to purify them by when we do Achaman. That is also Bhuta Shuddhi. Then we basically Achaman we can say it is Bhuta Shuddhi. And then they do Manas Puja also. That is also for Bhuta Shuddhi. Chant some prayers before entering into altar. Chant Guru, pray to Guru, and then pray to Param Guru, and then offer some prayers and meditate on the Lord. Means trying to chant his name, some mantras. So that's what is Bhuta Shuddhi. And then Prabhupada says that the prescribed rules as stated here by Narada are that one should accept the mantra through a bona fide spiritual master, hear the mantra in the right ear. Not only should one chant or murmur the mantra, but in front of him, he must have a deity or a physical form of the Lord. Of course, when the Lord appears, it is no longer a physical form. For example, when an iron rod is made red hot in a fire, it is no longer iron, it is fire. Similarly, when we make a form of the Lord, whether of wood or stone or metal or jewels or paints, or even a form within the mind, it is a bona fide spiritual transcendental form of Lord. Not only must one receive the mantra from the bona fide spiritual master like Narada Muni, or his representatives in the disabling section. But one must chant the mantra, and not only must one chant, but he should also offer whatever foodstuffs is available in the part of the world according to time and convenience. So Prabhupada is very detailed, nicely. Deity worship is telling. So it is, we should meditate, chant, and offer to the Lord all these things. All the Navida Bhakti is very important for us. We are not just impersonalist or some yogis. So a matter of worship, chanting the mantra and preparing the form of Lord is not a stereotype, nor is it exactly the same everywhere. It is specifically mentioned in this verse that one should take consideration of time, place, and available conveniences. And Prabhupada right, our Krishna conscious movement is going on throughout the entire world, and also uh, install deities in different centers. Sometimes our Indian students, uh, sometimes our Indian friends puffed up with concocted notions criticize this is not this has not been done, this has not been done, but they forget this instruction of knowledge. Like Prabhupada, he made so very different varieties of installation. First installation of Jagannath which has happened San Francisco, they just offered a candle. Prabhupada said you just offer this candle, and after you get tired you give to somebody else. Others were offering, and that's funny. Installation of Jagannath Baldev Sudra. Next day onwards, they're offering and everything. And very, very simple. And I think one installation of Radha Krishna deity, Prabhupada is taking a steel spoon and doing Abhishekam. You can see that video also. It is a steel spoon. So it's not a conch or anything. Prabhupada could understand, no? And people criticize, but Prabhupada didn't take seriously. Said they don't understand only. So what is convenient in India may not be convenient in Western countries. Those who are not actually in line of acharyas and who personally have no knowledge of how to act in the role of acharya unnecessarily criticize activities of the ISKCON movement in countries outside of India. So Prabhupada said, I am an acharya, I can do. The fact is that such critics cannot do anything personally to spread Krishna consciousness. If someone does go and preach, taking all risks and allowing all considerations for time and place, it may be that there are changes in the manner of worship. But that is not at all faulty according to Shastras. Srimad Veeraraghavacharya, an Acharya in the disciplic section of Ramanujacharya, has remarked in his commentary that Chandalas are conditioned souls who are born in lower than Shudra family can also be initiated according to circumstances. The formalities may be slightly changed here and there to make them Vaishnavas. So when Prabhupada gave Gayatri initiation to women, there was so much criticism by his god brothers and people from Indians because women are never given Gayatri. They just have some samashrinas, and then husband is a brahmana, they are also brahmana, finish. Even if a girl is born in a very low family, but she marries a brahmana, she gets all the qualities of a brahmana. She is considered a brahmana only. So that's actually what is the standard. But Prabhupada gave initiation to women also. Then they say, what is this? Prabhupada said, Arey, you don't understand. There are... So anyway, so the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommends that his name should be heard in every nook and corner of the world. How is it possible unless one preaches everywhere? The cult of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Bhagavad Dharma, and he especially recommends Krishna Katha, or the cult of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. He recommends that every Indian, considering this task to be paropakar or welfare activity, take the Lord's message to other residents of the world. Other residents does not refer only to those who exactly like the Indian Brahmanas and Kshatriyas or caste Brahmanas, who claim to be Brahmanas because they are born in the family of Brahmanas. The principle that only Indians and Hindus should be brought into the Vaishnava cult is a mistaken idea. Prabhupada is so heavy in this purport. There should be propaganda. There should be propaganda to bring everyone to the Vaishnava cult. This Krishna conscious movement is meant for this purpose. There is no bar to propagate the Krishna conscious movement, even among people who are born in Chandalas, Mlechas, or Evara families. Even in India, this point has been initiated by Srila Sanatana Goswami in his book Hari Bhakti Vilas, which is Smriti and is authorized Vedic guide for Vaishnavas in their daily behavior. Sanatana Goswami says that a bell metal can be turned into mercury with the mixed with sorry, gold when mixed with mercury. So this is the process of initiation, and this is called Diksha Vidhi. Like that. Yes, we'll take questions. Yes, Kel Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yeah,
Hare
I
Krishna.
was when you were talking about the fact that the mantra, when chanted in the right ear, the vibration of the guru remains there. So I guess the only way
Yeah.
to understand this is that it's because it's not like a material sound where you say something in somebody's ear, and then as soon as the person has finished saying what they said, then the vibration disappears with the person. You know, this mantra you're saying is the vibration stays there. So can you elaborate on this point?
Oh, actually, every vibration, if you consciously hear, say now I say you, Mataji, you are very, very good, and you are very conscious, and with that consciousness you hear, that will stick to your chitta, that goes directly to your chitta and stays there. Even something is just heard, also it will stay there, but that will not have a greater impression on us. But every sound vibration has an impression on us to the degree you are consciously hearing that vibration. Even if unknowingly also you are hearing, there is an effect in your consciousness.
Mm.
Everything has an effect, but something remains for long, something remains very deep, something remains. If I are consciously doing it and every day I'm meditating on the sound vibration gave my guru, so slowly, slowly I'll get access to that. I'll get the same sound vibration. So it has an effect. And guru is a very like the spiritual vibration. Narada is coming and speaking. Immediately it is changing the heart because that power is there, purity in their mantra is there. But same thing somebody else will say may not have the effect. So why it is not having effect? Because the person don't have that realization. So to the degree I have realization and I'm very conscious of what I'm hearing, it will have effect on us and it will remain with us, that vibration. But we have to again practice and come to that level.
Yeah,
Say
so I guess
now we are telling, so like say now you are hearing again and again Bhagavatam from Balram Shakti. Now 10 years down the line, now when you speak, will you speak with the same amount of understanding or it will be deeper understanding? And that will have an effect, right? When you speak to somebody else, the effect, the understanding which you have when you are conveying to others will have a deeper effect on him. Because we heard Bhagavatam for maybe 10 years, we heard and then we are speaking. And what you are 20 years back and what you are speaking, definitely it has a different effect. Why? Because the vibration is changing. You are saying the same words, right? By why, what is changing then? You are also saying, Dhruv Maharaj, no, it's all by the will of Lord. And then 10 years back and now and after 10 years. When you tell the same thing to another, sound vibration is same, na? What is the effect?
well the difference between the difference between 10 years ago and today, you know, is it not life experience? Because
Life experience, what changed then? Life experience, what did it change?
no, what I'm saying is that it's what you heard combined, right? When you apply what you heard to your life, then that changes. Then that's what's like what should I say?
Now I'm
Inform
asking, what did it change in you? What did it change in you?
the way the way you perceive, the way you perceive
That means
life
where is perception? Where is the perception stored?
through yes, through the consciousness or
That's
chitta.
what I'm telling. Because you have different consciousness. You have a different consciousness. So when you give that, it has a different effect on the person who is hearing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when I hear from the Guru, the Gayatri mantra, it will affect my consciousness. Slowly, slowly, I have to tune to that mantra. And with the same consciousness which Guru gave, I can also reach if I perfect the way he is chanting. I can chant with the same vibration. It
Yeah, but,
remains.
mhm. Yeah, so I think that this sounds like that's the reason also why they say when you hear, you should hear with rapt attention, right?
Tension.
Because
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
because rapt attention means that you are really valuing what you are hearing, and the more you are valuing it, the more potential there is for it to impact your consciousness. Isn't that the idea?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay, so when you say that the vibration of the guru stays with us, you're saying that his consciousness, depending upon the kind of attention you're giving to hearing from the guru, depending upon
Yeah.
that, you your own consciousness will be impacted accordingly, right?
Actually,
And
we are becoming whatever we are hearing only. We are all of us, na, we are based on what we associate. We
yes.
are all,
Mhm.
Krishna tells, we are based on Karanam Guna Sangarsha. We are based on that only. What Sangha we are taking. So you
Mhm.
heard from Guru with that attention, you will become like that. If I am hearing from a movie star and pop sing songs, this, that, then I will become like that. So
Mhm.
everybody becomes according to the association only. There is no option for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody is their association. That's all.
Yeah. Right. But just to repeat, though, that what is actually staying with you, whether it's, I mean, in this case, we were talking about the mantra heard from the guru, but whether it's the mantra or anything else, what stays with you is the impact that it has on your consciousness, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what, when you say the vibration stays with you, that's what you mean, no?
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Great. Thank you, Guru.
Hare Krishna. Sitakanto.
Hare Krishna Roji, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Roji, for that class. Prabhuji, this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, like I remember, like I keep hearing from other devotees' experiences. So the first time when they come in touch with ISKCON devotee, like some devotees, they give the mala and you chant, they take it very seriously. So some other devotees may not have that strong relation or strong effect, Prabhuji. So it depends on the, if even for the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra also, it is depends on the purity of the giver, or it has any, like it's also the like actor.
Ha ha ha. Of course, it has an effect, but it is not completely depending on that. Like somebody might have heard the mantra somewhere and he wanted to chant, then also he'll get benefited. He need not hear from anybody. Say somebody he just saw the mantra and he read it and he liked it and he said, "Oh, this mantra is so nice." So first time I only read the mantra, I never heard from it. So the devotee asked, "Do you know the mantra?" I said, "I know the mantra because I read it." I just repeated it. So I didn't hear
Oh,
only from any. I
acha, acha.
directly read the mantra and I started.
So why am I asking, Ravi? This one is, let us say, suppose if you are,
So
yes, Ravi.
because this is not mantra. This is It is
Like,
like Nama. Nama is not, it is beyond all these considerations. It is not mantra. Mantra is very, very particular. Nama is like, it's like a vocative case. Like say, if I am in trouble and my house is on fire, I am going out shouting. Even if I don't, the neighbor don't understand the language also, but he will understand I am in trouble and he'll come for help. Prabhupada gives this example. So the point is that when I am chanting this Nama, Krishna will not even consider the pronunciation because Lama, Rama, Ramo, many people will chant different style, but Krishna will Bhavagrahi Janardana. So this is not affected. And who gives also does not affect. Even if you take from a parrot, if you take from some fallen conditioned soul also, you will get the effect of mantra. This especially Hare Krishna mantra.
A small example, Prabhuji, practical example. Let us say I'm traveling. So I met a new person and I gave him I gave him the mantra card and I chanted once. I gave the mala also. The same example, like some, let's say some Guru Maharaj is traveling. He met one person and he gave the mantra card and he gave the this japamala and he said, okay, you chant Hare Krishna mantra. So definitely in these two some difference will be there, na Prabhuji. Like because he's
In
hearing
the
from the
sense,
devotee.
difference is because of the conviction is telling, na, that make a difference. Oh, this is good for you. So with what conviction you tell, that has an effect. Like that guru is giving or a sannyas is giving. His conviction is added, na, it is good for you. So immediately it touches his consciousness. Yes, maybe it is good for me, I'll do it. So that has an effect, but otherwise mantra on its own, anybody can give and anybody can take, they'll have full effect.
Correct, Prabhuji. And same thing, Prabhuji, even in Bhagavatam class also, we hear from many devotees, but some devotees we hear na Prabhuji, immediately we get that conviction and that faith. So,
Because that person is speaking from his heart and he has some realization on it. So even sometimes it's not like that also. Sometimes somebody, no, he heard from some new devotee or somebody speaking, and other person immediately got emotional. He said, "Wow, I never heard it." Or it didn't click for him. So Krishna and the Paramatma, he inspires him for certain points. So it happens also. No, even we may not be inspired by that point, but we made the point. Others are inspired. So. It depends on what
correct, correct.
realization that time and what state the mind, the person who is hearing, everything matters.
So then one more thing, sometimes I keep sharing, like some devotees hear some like sannyasis or Maharaja's lectures. So they feel very inspiring. So I hear but some same thing, but sometimes even though Maharaja speak, I don't get that kind of what others getting, Prabhuji. So
Yeah, it is possible because our understanding, our requirement are different. So we get a different inspiration from different people. So
mm,
now, what I was to hear 10 years back, whom I used to get inspired, now I don't get inspiration from. I don't hear only. I only hear from His Holiness Bhakti Gyanman and Balram Shakti Prabhu. So my inspiration changed, my requirement changed. I understood this is good for me, and I am hearing, I am getting inspired.
okay, Prabhuji. So I
So
think
my
probably it
first
depends on the
spiritual,
conditioning, Prabhuji. Our condition only, na Prabhuji.
our conditioning only. Actually, my inspiration to worship, I used to worship Krishna from childhood. Only Krishna I got from one of my relative uncles. So he actually he's Sri Vaishnava, but he said I don't worship anybody other than Lord Balaji. I was so inspired. I said, why am I like a prostitute going here, there, worshipping all demigods? I just stopped worshipping everybody. I started only Krishna back. So then it actually happened in when I was in 10th class. So I was very chaste to Krishna for maybe 7th, 8th class, but 2 years I got contaminated and then again came back. So now another inspiration I got is not from even a devotee also, but this is a very good realization which is shared and it is helping me. He said, accept reality. I know it helps me even now also. I told this many times that I was India match was happening, cricket match with some country and India is losing. And I just switch off the TV and I went for playing. I went to him and he said, Anna, let us go and play. He said, Arey bhai, cricket is happening. I said, anyway, we are going to lose. So what is the point? I don't want to watch. He said, no, you should accept reality. It went such a deep impression. And from that time onwards, I think I can say, no, it is changing. The way I look at the world is different after it. He's not even a devotee, but it helped. So we can get inspiration from what we need, what we are hearing, from whom we are hearing. It matters.
Yeah, two things are there, Prabhuji. Like the Maharajas, they are very pure. But because my condition is different, what frequency they are saying, because to my conditioning, I'm not able to connect to them. That is the one thing, probably. Correct, no? Probably. So they are pure and they're giving the pure message because I'm conditioned
There
and
somebody else is
and
needed, bro. Somebody else will, for somebody else it is inspiring. It may not be inspiring for you.
mm,
So now if I start talking about how grateful we should be, how we should write a gratitude journal, how we should me always prayerful mood. Now it may not be appealing only to you. Arey, मेरा तो requirement अलग है. I need some other stuff. So you will not get inspired from such class. Somebody says, "Arey, book distribution, book the whole class is book distribution." You say it's okay, good only, but not for me. So you have a different requirement. You get inspired by different people. So it based on what is our state, and there will be so many other thousands of people inspired by him, but not for us.
mm,
So you should know what is your requirement, and based on that, you should take your medicine. Ultimately, see what is the perfection. Very simple. If you are able to meditate on Krishna in chanting, if you are able to meditate on Krishna while doing your service, that's all. Do it. That's very
okay.
important. We should feel inspired. We should feel purified. We should be able to meditate on Krishna. If that is happening, whatever you are doing is right only.
Okay. Prabhuji, and one more thing, like Prabhuji is telling, the Bhumi in the earlier class, Prabhuji is telling that this Earth planet is Karma Bhumi, like in a spiritual, in the heavenly planets or in the other spaces, we just spend the karma, we don't create karma, like that Prabhu said, Prabhuji. So let us say somebody is in Svargaloka or some Yakshaloka and all. So they just spend their karma, and for new karmas, they will not create, Prabhuji. But if that is the case, they may do so many abominable things and so many unwanted things, and but still they'll be escape now, Ramaji.
They'll exhaust their karma, that's all.
Okay,
They will
suppose
exhaust their pious karma and they will come down very fast because they did wrong. You cannot enjoy for a long time. You are staying in US without proper visa. You'll be you'll be sent back by Trump like that. They
one
say
thing
you
was
don't
like,
have
let us say
proper.
Indra Prabhuji, he like 100 Ashwamedha, he performed and he went to Sargaloka. So now he is just
Yeah.
enjoying his karma, Prabhuji. Whatever he did on Earth planet, he was enjoying the karma. And
If he
from
does
the
mistake also there is punishment. He killed Vitrasura, he killed Vishwarup. He has to pay for it. It's not that it didn't happen. He got some reactions also. But see, very important. There are two things. If you are enjoying, there is no reaction there. But if you are doing mistake, there is a punishment. But here in the Earth planet, now even if you enjoy, there is a punishment. You have
oh,
to follow certain
enjoy the
rules to enjoy.
punishment.
You cannot enjoy. Enjoy is also punishment. In heaven, it is not punishment. You already paid for it. Say now if I'm eating, I want to enjoy all eating. Mango season, I will eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, so much mangoes. Immediately my stomach will start getting upset. I have to pay for it. So there is a punishment here if you enjoy. I said I want to enjoy so many women here, there. I want to eat. I want to do so many things. In Swarga, it is allowed. You can do whatever you want. Enjoyment is no punishment because you already paid for it. Like you paid for all the resort and then you get all the food and all the facilities there and you can enjoy happily. If you go and break some of the property of the resort, then they'll punish you, fine you more. Otherwise, if you enjoy, they'll not mind. So similarly, heaven is already you paid for the enjoyment. You can enjoy whatever you want. There are apsaras, there are gandharvas, they'll sing you, dance, and then you can happily forget Krishna and enjoy there.
Probably for the wrong action, they will get punishment, probably, like how Indra did. There
They'll
also, I
get
think some rules
punished.
are
Yeah.
there, probably. There also some must be rules, na. Okay, authorized dharmic way enjoyment. Okay, they end the karma, but whatever standards,
There is no
whatever
dharmic way.
principles
In
are.
Apsaras, you can enjoy anybody. There is not like here one wife and all. You can enjoy any Apsaras and all. I don't know the details, but it's like there's something. So there is no dharmic way. There is no dharma like that. You can enjoy. It's just for enjoyment.
Oh,
But you should not trouble somebody else and no do these things. And generally they don't do because they are already in Sattva Guna. They're in a very high level of sattva. They're enjoying. But sometimes they become envious. They may commit mistakes to others. And then the demons will come, they attack. You need help of Lord. And even demigods also, they're also killed. And no, people in the heavenly planets, they end up in wars with the demons and they also get killed. So there are some things that happens to them also. But in general, there is no reaction in the sense that when you enjoy in this world, we have to pay very heavily. There it's not. You already paid. So that is the
Okay.
main difference.
Okay, bro.
Say now
So
you are going for 1 week holiday to Europe. So you don't have to report to your office, you don't have to do anything. You just enjoy for 1 week and you come back. But after that coming again you have to work. Now that 1 week is a holiday for you from the office also, from family, cooking and other things also. That means you already earned for it and then you are going. You are spending some say 10 lakhs with your family. So that means you earned the 10 lakhs and you go there and you enjoy. But you have to follow certain rules of the country. You cannot break everything and other things like.
correct, bro.
But you don't have any obligations of your office or family, cooking and other things which you generally have when you are in your place like that.
Correct. Rosie, and one more thing, we I mean, on behalf of the temples, fundraisers they collect donations, and sometimes it happened we don't see whether it's a sinful person he and in a proper way or sinful way, and we don't see that. We whatever money they give, we just come and submit to the temple, and temple spends the money, Prabhuji. So let us say some sinful persons give donations, very most sinful of sinful. We don't know how he earned money. He might have killed or he might have cheated or something. So when we are spending the money, do we get that karmic reactions from it?
What happens is we should be careful. Say we have this Venkis who has all these non-veg shops and big factories. So His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj said, don't take donation from him. If he comes on his own and put something in hundi, that's a different thing. Then Krishna will take care of it. But we should not go and ask. If you know, we should not take. And sometimes we unknowingly we take. That's why we should be careful also. Everything we should keep proper account and offer to the Lord properly and then only take. So Lord will protect because there is always this risk. And when Chota Haridas he went for asking for prasadam bhoga. So when he that even that bhoga was contaminated not because the person is contaminated because the person who took had a wrong thought. And then one time we hear that one Brahmana, uh, he uh, he ate some prasadam and immediately he got a thought of stealing something. He said, Hare, why did I get the thought of stealing? Then he called and he asked, who did get this bhoga? He said, oh, we got from this house. And that happened to be some prostitute or something. So he said, oh, because it is not possible that I'll get such a thought because the food was brought from the rice was brought from there and cooked immediately it has that contamination. So it has an effect. If you go more and more subtler, fine, then we will see that it is affecting. Otherwise in a gross level we don't see any difference only. Yeah, we have to be careful that from where we are getting donations and that has an effect. But because we don't know everything, we have to hope that Krishna will protect.
So I observed this, Prabhuji. Whoever like fundraisers now, most of the fundraisers, they may get severe disturbance in their life, or maybe some health problems, or these kind of things. I've seen more, Prabhuji.
No, need not
Mm.
be because if they are very serious, sincere doing, like we have His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. He's one of the big fund, Jaipatak Maharaj or Gopal Krishna Maharaj. They are done maximum number of temples, so they have collected so much. But that is not actually always true because they have the purpose and their purpose is very clear. They never misused even one penny. Then Krishna will protect. And if they are getting some disturbance in life, it may not be. It need not be because of this fundraising. It can be another reason also.
Okay, fine, bro. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Vrindavan Gopal.
Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranam. So thank you very much, Prabhuji,
Dhanwad.
for giving such elaborate explanations of all the things. So Prabhuji, the point came here, no, Like we're talking about like when we receive mantra from the guru, then it's we get the same vibration. So when we're talking the same vibration, is it a consciousness or is it like a pronunciation of mantra or some energy? Like means exactly what is it? Can you just elaborate a little bit?
It's all same only, bro. You are having that consciousness, you can chant with that vibration, it has certain energy. So all three are connected. So only if you have that realization, that means that is your state of consciousness, then you will chant with that certain realizations, and then that has that vibrations, and that is an energy. So it is all like, say now, if I am chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, now what will be the quality of my chanting is based on the quality of my consciousness, and if I am chanting that quality means that will be a different sound vibration, and that is an energy. It's all connected. So now when Guru is chanting the mantra, he is having that state of consciousness and that energy in that mantra, that vibration is there. So basically energy means, if you take even in the physics also, the energy is actually wave only, you know. That's wave function. Wave means it's sound, right?
Okay.
Okay, bro.
Guruji, just one more thing, like so it is not related to today's class, but like different demigods, they are having a like a different body. So you see, like Indra, Chandra, fire god, water god. So all of them are having a body made up of ether, or like fire god is having a body of fire, and water god is having body of water. Like
Whatever body they have, it is suitable for their. If fire god is, it must be a body which is suitable to stay in fire or produce fire or something. Water demigod, he can be in fire, it is suitable for them. And they cannot be, fire god cannot be in water because he will get
yeah,
water god cannot be in fire. So they have a suitable body. We don't know exactly. It's all subtle. We will not know the details.
oh,
We cannot understand also. Like, but if you can chant Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya for whatever Narada Muni said here for continuously 6 days, you'll be able to see you'll be able to see this subtle living entities. Then you can they are flying. He said, "Na? Perfected human beings flying in sky 7 days, 7 nights,
okay,
continuously day and night."
okay, brother.
Okay,
Thank you.
bro. Okay, thank you all very much. Any questions, comments further? We'll end here. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I'm sorry, we are going too slow, but anyway, till